Hi friends, welcome to English Study Point. Video lecture I am going to explain you Vaks by Lal Ded or Laleshwari. So first I am beginning this video lecture by giving you an introduction about her. She was a Kashmiri mystic and poetess of 14th century. She is considered as pivotal creators in the history of Kashmiri literature. She is known for her devotional songs called Lal Vaks. Her verses were laden with themes of self-realization and union with the divine. She belongs from Kashmiri Shaivism school of Hindu philosophy. She developed mystic poetry called Vatsu or Vaks. So these vaks are a type of short, spontaneous verses expressing deep spiritual insights and experiences of a person, and these vaks convey the essence of teachings and experiences. And I have mentioned this much introduction about her, but in exams, when you write answer, so you have to make this introduction as concise as you can, and I have added these sort of information in order to give you extra information about Lal Ded or Laleshwari. Here I am beginning with her first work titled as I was passionate. I was passionate, filled with longing, I searched far and wide. In these lines, Laleshwari captures the essence of the human condition. She reflects on the common experience of seeking fulfillment and purpose in life. And this passion as well as longing, these words signify the deep yearning within every human being to find meaning and satisfaction, and by expressing her own struggles, Laleshwari establishes a connection with the reader, acknowledging the universal nature of human quest for seeking truth as well as fulfillment in their life. Then next lines, but the day that the truthful one found me, I was at home. Here, Laleshwari reveals a profound truth about spiritual awakening. This truthful one represents the ultimate reality or divine presence, which she experienced as a transformative force in her life. And the choice of words is significant. It wasn't that she found the truthful one, but rather the truthful one found her. This conveys the idea that spiritual awakening is not necessarily the result of relentless seeking or external exploration. Instead, it occurs when an individual is in a state of inner stillness and receptivity. And this phrase, I was at home, carries multiple layers of meaning. On one level, it signifies physical comfort and security. And here, Laleshwari might be suggesting that the divine revelation occurred in the familiarity and comfort of her own surroundings, emphasizing the ordinary nature of the extraordinary experience. Home can, on the other level, can also symbolize inner peace and contentment. It suggests that the ultimate truth and fulfillment she sought were always within her and waiting to be realized. This realization mirrors the central teaching of many spiritual traditions that the divine or truth dwells within every individual or human being. So here in this particular vak, Laleshwari provides a sense of her spiritual journey and imparts profound wisdom about the nature of human longing and the discovery of truth. She speaks to the universal longing for fulfillment and the transformative power of divine revelation. Her words emphasize the idea that the ultimate truth is not something to be found outside oneself through relentless seeking, but rather something to be realized within in the stillness and familiarity of one's own being. Explain you another work by Lal Ded or Laleshwari, which is titled as 1,000 Times My Guru I Asked. So here I am reading these lines. 1,000 times my Guru I asked, how shall the nameless be defined? I asked and asked, but all in vain. So in these lines, Laleshwari reflects on her persistent quest to comprehend the ineffable. Ineffable means that is too great or extreme to be expressed. The nameless. She portrays her relentless seeking, symbolized by the repetition of her inquiries to her guru. And this term, nameless try to suggest a reality that transcends the limitations of language and conceptualization. It denotes the ultimate truth or divine essence that eludes precise definition or categorization. Here, Laleshwari, longing to fathom the nameless, mirrors the universal human aspiration to grasp the ineffable and to understand the unexplainable mysteries of existence, why we are existing. So, she wants to know mysteries. Then another line is the nameless unknown, it seems to me, is the source of the something we see. So here Laleshwari offers a profound insights into the nature of existence and the ultimate reality. She means here she suggests that the nameless and unknown entity is the origin of the manifested world by referring to it as the source of something we see. So here the lines are mentioned is the source of the something we see. So these lines try to signify that she posits here that the nameless, though indescribable and beyond conventional understanding, is ultimately linked to the tangible manifestations of the world. It echoes the concept of an underlying unity that connects the unmanifested transcendent reality with the diversity of the phenomenal world. And these Laleshwari's words invite contemplation on the interconnectedness of the visible as well as invisible things, the known and the unknowable. So, here in these particular works, she expresses her contemplation on the nature of the nameless and the mystery of existence. Her persistent questioning and inability to define the nameless reflects the inherent limitations of human comprehension when confronted with the boundless and ineffable. Through her reflections, she illuminates the profound and enigmatic nature of the nameless, emphasizing its role as the source from which all that is perceivable emanates. So, here in these lines, she delves into the fundamental question of existence. Her verses, this sort of verse, evoke the universal human yearning to comprehend the unfathomable and grapple with the paradox of defining this nameless entity, which is not visible to us with our very own eyes. And she leads readers on a contemplative journey, prompting them to ponder the interconnectedness of the visible as well as invisible, and to recognize the nameless as the source from which all manifestations arise. Here comes another work by Lal Ded or Laleshwari titled as Day Will Be Erased in Night. So here I am reading these lines. Day will be erased in night. The ground surface will extend outward. The new moon will be swallowed in eclipse, and the mind in meditation will be completely absorbed by the void inside it. In these lines, Laleshwari conveys impermanence and transformative nature of existence. And this shifting of, here we notice that there is a kind of shifting from day to night, which symbolize the cyclical nature of life, where light gives way to darkness and vice versa, embodying the perpetual ebb and flow of experience. And this metaphor of ground surface. So here you notice this metaphor which try to extend outward, and it suggests an expansion of one's perceptual or experiential boundaries, which signify a profound shift or widening of consciousness. And this mention here is mention of new moon being swallowed in eclipse, and the mind in meditation being completely absorbed by the void inside it. So the eclipse here signifies a momentary obscuration or concealment, drawing parallels to the transformative or obscuring aspects of spiritual experiences, and the mind being wholly absorbed by the void inside it speaks to the profound state of transcendence, where individual identity dissolves into a boundless unified state of consciousness. Then there is a line, what clothes could be so beautiful or more sacred? So, by employing the metaphor of clothing, she prompts contemplation on the nature of true beauty and sacredness, suggesting that no outward adornment or material possession can surpass the inherent beauty and sanctity of spiritual realization and inner transformation. So, through these works, Laleshwari first of all employs striking imagery to convey the transient nature of existence and the transformative potential of spiritual practice. The imagery of day succumbing to night, the ground expanding outward, and the new moon being eclipsed portrays, these are sort of imageries, and they try to portray the inevitability of change and the cyclical nature of life. The absorption of mind in meditation by the inner void underscores the potential for profound transcendence and dissolution of individual boundaries, and Laleshwari's contemplative reflection on the allure of inner beauty and sacredness. So, through all these lines, or through this particular work, we infer that here Laleshwari provides profound insights into the impermanence of existence and the transformative potential of spiritual endeavor and the inherent beauty and sacredness of inner realization. And through these evocative imagery and provoking metaphors that she uses here, she invites contemplation on the cyclical nature of life, the boundless expansiveness of consciousness, and the potential for profound absorption in the inner void through meditation. And her poignant inquiry about the beauty and sacredness of clothing serves as a poignant reminder of the immeasurable value of inner transformation and spiritual realization, which is more richer than these materialistic things existing on earth. Then with this video lecture ends here. Hope this video lecture will help you in your exams. Thank you.